So Nicholas, from a macro perspective, with the government free money that went through the economy last year, did the Christmas trading retail figures surprise you in terms of discretionary expenditure, because they were remarkably low with the fact that people were given free cash to go spend?
See, unfortunately, what you've done there is you've said macro. Thrown macro in my... Now, I could talk for hours about macro. I consider myself to be an Austrian school economist, and we believe in supply and demand curves, and we do not believe in money printing. And there's been some form of money printing. There's also people will argue and say, oh no, they haven't printed money, they've just borrowed it. But of course, the government's borrowed it, and the Reserve Bank's printed it. Look, I think, the thing is that the data's all over the place. So you've got Christmas retail figures telling you one thing. As I say, you've got RBA balance sheet data on how much people have got stored away. You've got pro-bill collapsing. You've got these other things. The data is all over the place. There's no doubt. I don't think anybody has seen the level of money printing and borrowing and artificial suppression of interest rates. People like me are saying it's got to come to an end. But I've been saying that for 10 years. I had another point on the macro level. Keep an eye on bond markets, because I think bond markets are going to collapse. Yeah, I know, it's a big... We'll have a look at the 10-year bond markets in America overnight. Because what's happening is the money printing, the central banks are buying the government bonds, right? And as long as they print money, there'll always be enough money to buy the government bonds to keep the interest rates super low, right? But you can't fool the corporate bond markets. I mean, you probably know a lot more about this than I do, but I say keep an eye on the corporate bond markets. I mean, if you don't get me started on the Great Reset. I think that, the other interesting thing is this Ukraine-Russian situation. Cicero, I think it was, a bit of Roman, if you don't mind me dragging it out and sort of
ancient history,
bring it up. I mean, Cicero said that the sinews of war are endless money, and just wait and see how they hit the money printers